My name is Amma Prempeh, Kente ambassador and creator of Ghana's first Kente documentary film. I am excited to be live at Bonwire Weaving Center to give Richmond University students in London a live experience of the weaving experience, a bit of history, and the whole process. It is Kente Week, and we are proudly celebrating Kente, Ghana's national cloth, now honored with GI status. Kente has traveled from our royal traditions to international stage. It's been seen worn in politics by Nancy Pelosi and members of US Congress, in fashion by the late Virgil Abloh in his 2021 Louis Vuitton collection, at graduations, weddings, naming ceremony, and in music videos by Opemsuo DG in his new song Sundiata. Today I'm excited to show Richmond University a live weaving experience and the history and process of making Kente. Let's get started. Thank you. So we are live at Bonwire Weaving Center in the Ashanti region of Ghana. Now, Kente is one of our most prized possessions, and I'm excited to be here with the one and only teacher Kantanka, or Symbolism Kantanka, to give us the...
I don't need to give you many titles. My name, as you've already mentioned, is Symbolism Kantanka. It's a bit long, and I'm popularly known as Teacher Kantanka. I'm a teacher by profession, a researcher, and my major area is monarchical history. So that I am the monarchical historian for Menchia Palace in Kumasi.
So how did it all start? How did Kente be? How did we end up with the name Kente?
Well, Kente is a key word. The people who speak the language Chi are the Akans of Ghana and the Ivory Coast. And the word Kente is one of the key words, which is the etymology of the word is Kente. Kenteng. Kenteng is a basket. So that is how Kente. Originally, there was weaving of different kinds. And very many people were weaving in many areas. But there was a brand of a type of Kente that...
When you say, not to interrupt, but when you say many areas, it's not only Bonwire that is known for Kente. There's other regions in Ghana.
As far as Ghana is concerned, Bonwire is one of the towns, and the main town, and the very place where it's believed Kente originated from. That is Bonwire. But the industry has spread to many parts of the world. So that it's being woven in Ivory Coast. There are others who have also adopted the name Kente in Nigeria. They have a type of weaving called asoke, and it is Kente is added to it. If you go beyond the Ashanti region, you can also have weavers in the Volta region. They also call theirs Kente. You go to the northern part of Ghana, and it is what they use, the weaving, the type of weaving they use to make smock, a type of dress called smock. And the type of weaving is also now called Kente. So when we talk of Kente, we are talking of an industry called weaving, an industrial setup in many parts of Ghana with the name Kente. So the industry is Kente industry.
But how did it come to have the name Kente?
That is what I'm saying, that it evolved from the word kente, which is basket.
Okay.
The way it is woven, basket is woven in a special way. And then when they had another brand of weaving that bore great resemblance to basket,
Right.
so they used that as an adjective for that particular type of a woven cloth.
Right.
So kente is a woven cloth.
Okay.
But there are very many types of woven cloth.
Okay.
But the one called kente has some resemblance of a basket.
Should we keep going? Okay. So from my understanding, kente now has GI status.
Kente, as a matter of fact, has become a world something. So if it is put on the international market, and then Ghana is giving the credit, and of course it means a lot.
Right.
Because anything, no matter how small or big, of international status is of great significance. Kente has become a subject of study for the whole world. So history is involved, philosophy is involved, language is involved, arts and craft is involved. So it has many branches of study. Now, looking at the origin, that we're talking about history, the historical origin of kente is said to have come from Bonwire, where we are today, and by two brothers by name Kragu and Amma.
Okay.
They were farmers and hunters at the same time, and they, on their farm, they saw a special kind of spider weaving its web. They had seen spider upon spider, but that very one they saw drew their attention, and they noticed a lot of differences in the other spider webs they had seen. So they decided to understudy the spider and then come out with something. So that spider was weaving its web with a yellowish material, different from the normal white web they had always seen. So upon studying the spider, they decided to experiment stage by stage. So they came up with different stages of experiment.
Right.
And when they got something of wealth, they decided to show it to the chief of the town.
Right.
The chief of the town at that time was called Nana Bobie Ansa.
Okay.
Nana Bobie Ansa, and the king of Ashanti at that time was Otumfuo Osei-Tutu the first.
Right.
That was somewhere in the 17th century, 16 something.
Right.
That is not to say there was no weaving.
Right.
Weaving had been going on all over the world, and Bonwire is not saying that the weaving itself started from Bonwire. Weaving started from many parts of the world. Egypt, India, Japan, Israel, northern part of Ghana, Nigeria, Volta region in Ghana. They were all weaving.
Right.
Yeah, but the type of cloth that came out of the normal weaving was named by the people of Bonwire.
Right.
It is just an adjective to qualify that brand of weaving.
Okay.
So it has now been used, or it's being used for every form of weaving.
Okay. So just to clarify, the inspiration came from the two brothers observing a spider.
Good.
Wow. Okay.
So at that time, there were no color was not being used.
Right.
Not much color got involved in the weaving. There was not much color in the yarns used in weaving. So this women were honored with the name of that type of color cloth.
Right.
So it was named Oyoko Ma, meaning the women of the Oyoko family.
Right.
And that type of cloth was of this design. What I'm wearing.
What you're wearing right now. Okay.
That is this is so the first multicolor cloth called Yokoma is what I'm wearing.
Okay.
Okay. So this is how they got color. Then there was another who also brought designs into the raw woven, and he was also giving Anyomfo Hene.
Anyomfo Hene, wow.
Okay, so we have all these people, and then about 6 houses were selected to be weaving for the kingdom.
Right. So when you say the kingdom, for the whole kingdom, or just His Royal Majesty King Otumfo?
No, these are weavers for the King of Ashanti.
Right.
The 6 houses in Bonwire were commissioned to be weaving for the King and the Queen of Ashanti. So till this day, anytime the King of Ashanti wants a particular type of kente, they are called upon to come and decide to design it and to weave it.
Right.
With the supervision of Kente Hene and Yokoma Hene and Anyomfo Hene.
Right. Very interesting. So we've got a bit of history of how Kente came to be. The next step is I want to know how the whole process is. So let's take a walk outside and let's see how it all starts from the threading stage till when they put it on the loom to the various looms and weave. So, teacher, you've explained to us the history of Kente. Now, I want you to explain to us the various weave and what this lovely gentleman is doing at the loom. What's your name, sir?
My name is Mr. Adu.
Mr. Adu. Okay, so Mr. Adu, what weave are you doing now, and what's the name of the Kente?
This one is triple weaving.
Triple weaving.
Yes.
Okay.
And the most tedious one indeed.
The most tedious one, why?
You see, this cloth name is Sicilian.
Sicilian.
Sicilian because if you see the other place, you see the house 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. But this one you can count of 6.
Okay.
So that makes it difficult.
Okay. Okay. Very interesting. So, teacher, he is saying he's weaving Sicilian on this loom. Can you walk us through to the other looms and the different types of weaves that one can do? So, is this a one weave or a double weave?
This is multiple. It's called Assassin.
Assassin.
That means the heddles are 6.
Okay.
Sien comes from the word sien, which means 6.
Right.
So the heddles are 6.
Right.
When you come here, the heddles are 4.
Okay.
And the heddles help us to make the designs.
Right.
So the number of heddles, the more complex the designs you make in that piece of cloth.
Okay.
This is a very simple weave.
Okay.
So this is double weave. We have plain weave, which you find here. It has no designs in them. And because it has no designs in them, it is a simple weave.
Right.
So it's normally called single weave.
Single weave. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Then you come to the double weave.
Right.
Around here. Then you go to the triple. That is around, you come here. That is also double weave.
Right. This is also a double weave.
Yeah, that's also double.
Okay.
Not very complex. From the ordinary weave, you come to double weave. Then you go to triple weave, and go to multiple weave.
Okay.
So
now
let's see.
Teacher, this loom that they've done. Do we have a historic loom that exists from back in the days that Kente originated, or this is there one that exists?
This one is a modern form of loom,
right?
Made by carpenters.
Made by carpenters.
Yes. But before that,
right?
They planted the loom on the bare floor.
Right.
Cutting sticks from the bush,
right,
and shaping it the way you see this one,
right,
just like this,
right.
But it was all manual,
right.
But this time, for speed and accuracy in trying to build the loom,
right,
we resort to go into carpentry, right, to do that. And so what you are seeing today is often made by the carpenters, unless you go to the remotest villages where the cost of a loom would force the villagers to resort to the manual one.
Right, okay. So one will ask the question of, in this modern time, we are in 2026, I want the viewers in London and Richmond University to know, they'll probably ask, why are we still weaving kente this way? Is there a modern way, and why haven't we resorted to the modern way? What would you say to our audience in the UK?
Well, I think even in the UK, which is an industrial country,
right,
they still believe in the art forms of handicrafts, right? And why? Because it tells a lot of story,
right,
and people cherish things made by hand.
right.
It is for that reason that we have decided not to move speedily to the industrial way of doing things as far as the clothing is concerned. The chiefs and elders of our community cherish the handicrafts, for which reason we are not moving to the industrial ones. But we still have the industrial clothes, but people love to wear the handicraft.
Right. Okay. Do you think that now that Kente has got GI status, will that stop the fake Kente coming from China and other places? Will that reduce from your experience?
There are no laws, as far as our country is concerned, to check the fake ones, as you call them, coming from other imitations. People who have imitated the Kente weaving are free to imitate because the laws of the country are not covering, are not protecting us enough. So that when somebody brings something made a Kente imitated in China or India, you still have to buy them because they are cheaper than the handicraft ones.
Right. So basically, you are saying that, for example, a Gucci outfit, the rich might be able to afford the real deal, and then the average person will still go and shop for a fake Gucci. I'm just using that as an example, because they can't afford the real thing. So in the same way, are you saying that the authentic Kente, we make it with love, it takes a long time, but because of the price of it, there will still be the clientele who will still go after the China-made Kente?
Sure, that is exactly what is happening. So we are using the truth. That is the old form of weaving, and then the industrial way of producing Kente. The industrial one is the imitation one, and they're cheaper. So people use it a lot these days. It is not in any way challenging the ancient form of weaving, because people have a lot of respect and love for the old form of weaving.
You have walked us through the history, the various looms, weaves. Can you, I know every Kente piece has got a name, and the colors of the Kente has got a name, and then there's meanings for the Edinkra symbol. So can you kindly walk my audience at Richmond University and the UK, the meanings of our lovely Kente, the colors, the Edinkra symbols, etc.?
Well, you seem to be having a lot of love for Edinkra symbols. But Kente deals with geometrical symbols. And so there are not very many curves. There are no curves in the designs in Kente. Because Kente uses geometrical symbols of straight lines. And when you come to Edinkra, we have a lot of curves in the designs. So since we are talking about Kente, I strongly believe that we can concentrate much more on the Kente art form. And then maybe chip in Edinkra symbols where necessary. Kente from the loom are made in strips. So, and these are put together depending on the size, the weight of the person going to wear it. So
each strip is sewn together to make this
put together. For the female, you sew them in 3 pieces. You put them together and get 3 pieces. One for the top, one for the gowns and the other for just a cover.
Right.
So that you could still use the cover to wrap babies.
Right.
So that is why it is in 3 shapes of 6 yards.
Right.
Each yard, 6 yards, 6 yards, 6 yards, making 18 yards. Now when you come to the male, it is sewn together, and you have to sew the length and breadth. You need as many as about 24 strips
Wow.
of this and put them together in one piece. When the women one are divided into 3, the male one is put together, all one piece.
Right.
And they wear it like a toga, and the women's one is sewn into a top. Like what you're wearing.
Right.
You're wearing a piece at the top,
Right.
and then you're wearing another piece down.
Bottom. Okay.
Okay, then you have a third one, which you are yet to have,
Right.
because that one, the purpose of that one is to carry babies at our back.
Oh, okay, so a bit like about this size
Yes.
would be the third one.
Yes.
Okay.
Third one.
Okay.
Or for decoration, you put it on your shoulders. And yes,
Okay.
this is how the women dress.
Now, since you mentioned my outfit, I got this. This is an old kente I got from my mom, and my mom got it passed down from her mom. So it's 100-year-old kente. So can you tell my viewer the name of this kente I am wearing and the symbols? Anything you can educate us on?
Well, I think we're going to do it in general and
Right.
come to that.
Okay.
So I was going to tell you about the names, and
Right.
then we'll finish it up.
Okay.
So these are the strips of kente. This is one.
Right.
This is another. These are the strips. Each piece of kente has a name, history, and philosophy. Okay. So this very one you are seeing was named after Bill Clinton on his visit to Ghana.
Wow,
So
Bill
the
Clinton.
kente is called Clinton, Bill Clinton. Okay.
How long ago was that? Do you have any idea? No?
Okay.
So that is Clinton. This one can be woven in plain and also with designs. The way it has been designed and it's giving a name, Queen Elizabeth. This was named after the Queen of England on her visit to Ghana. A piece of cloth was made and named after her. So what you're seeing here is called Queen Elizabeth. This is named after everyday life. In everyday life, one needs a lot of money. So it was named after gold sikafutro, that is gold dust. So this is called gold dust. This one has a name. It was named after all old ladies of the world.
Right.
So it is called Abrewa Bing. Abrewa is an old lady. Bing is knowledgeable.
Right.
So it is presupposing that old ladies, not old men, but old ladies are very knowledgeable when it comes to our everyday life or our culture and tradition. So that is why this piece is called Abrewa Bing. An old lady with a stock of knowledge. This is called a murder.
And mad.
Yeah, a murder means
It hasn't come before.
it is hasn't happened before. At the time when the cloth was being designed, there were no complicated designs or intricate, not very many intricate designs. But one of the kings of Ashanti, called Opemsuo, chose to build a castle. And the castle was so fascinating that the designers decided to weave a piece of cloth and name the cloth after the occasion when the castle was built. And the castle was believed to be the first of its kind, which had never happened. Such a beautiful piece of art had not happened. So they made this and named it Amma, which means has never happened in our life. We have this piece. This piece was made to commemorate an occasion when the king of Ashanti was being exiled by the British in 1896, when the British stormed the kingdom and took away the king of Ashanti, the queen, and other important personalities, exiled them to Seychelles Islands. So the people of Bonwire decided to commemorate that occasion, although sad, with a piece of cloth. So it is called Ohene Afroshen, meaning the king is on board a ship. Right. In those days, there were no planes. We have this one, named after the first president of Ghana, for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. It was in 1961 when he decided to get married. And on his wedding day, a piece of cloth was made to commemorate that occasion when he was getting married to his wife, Fataya, from Egypt. So it is called Fataya Fata Nkrumah. This piece of cloth is named after the weaver. So it is not always that the cloth is named after so-called important personalities. The weavers and their wives also the weavers normally name things after themselves and even their wives. So this one was named after a weaver. At a time when he had his design and was on the loom weaving, a great priest called Opemsuo, the chief priest of Ashanti, got to where he was weaving, and then he prophesied that as soon as he finished weaving, he was going to pass on, he was going to die. So he decided never to finish weaving until he attained the age of 90 plus. He decided to share the pieces of cloth that he had made to people. So it was assumed that he was bidding farewell to the people around him. So it is called, the man was called Toku. So the cloth is called Toku Akratuma, meaning Toku's farewell cloth.
Okay.
So when you come to, each cloth has pieces of designs in them, and each design normally has a name, meaning, and philosophy, just as the whole piece of cloth has. What you see looking like the staircase is the muzzle of the gun. The gun is called a Perimartin, was made in America by a company called Perimartin. So the muzzle of the gun was captured by the Kente weavers and then woven into cloth. The cloth, the gun is called Perimartin. so they call it Prempeh, meaning perimartin. The reason why they chose the muzzle of the gun was that when the British defeated the Ashantis in 1901, the Yasantua War, the British stationed a lot of these guns, perimartin guns, at the center of Kumasi and the capital of Ashanti, and at 12 o'clock noon they will fire the gun to draw the attention of the Ashantis that the army is still around. So anytime it was fired, the Ashantis will say perimartin has been fired, and calling perimartin was a big problem for them because they spoke Twi and not English, so they ended up calling it Prempeh. So Prempeh Ato means perimartin has been fired.
Okay. Very interesting. Having a Kente named after a gun.
So this piece of cloth,
yes,
is called. So that is Nana Amma Prempeh standing by me,
right?
An ambassador of Kente,
right?
And so promoting Kente to a highest level was something fascinating to the people of Bonwire. So
and the Queen Mother,
yes,
Nana Yako Prempeh II. I thank her very much for this honor.
So
what about my outfit?
It's called a Jean Asan. A Jean Asan is designs, all designs incorporated, or many of the designs incorporated.
Right.
It is one of the most cherished piece of cloth.
Right.
And this is an old piece of cloth.
Yes. It was actually my grandma passed to my mom and now to me. So I think this is about 100-year-old Kente, I was told from my mom.
It is possible. People who menstruate, and it's women who menstruate, don't go near, whenever they have their menstruation, they don't go near the loom.
Right.
Yeah, that is spiritual. And these laws were not made by the men, but women knowing very well that they are in control of power when it comes to the Kan in general and the Ashanti in particular. The women are always protecting their men from getting into trouble by first fortifying them. And one of the pillars of fortification is to keep away from menstruation.
Right.
So it is for this reason that women were not allowed to weave until 1998.
Right. But women are allowed to weave now?
Yes. So before 1998, or exactly 1998, some of us gathered a few women and led them to go and plead with the authorities. So the authorities agreed that now, from 1998, women could weave. So now women are weaving.
Wow.
It is for that reason that some of us were given medals, grand medal from the President of Ghana for bringing in women into the industry.
Wow, okay. Which president was there at the time?
It was President Kufuor. That was 2008.
Oh wow, yeah. President Kufuor.
Yes.
So he brought in the law allowing women to weave.
Yeah, it is a bylaw, not necessarily a law, constitutional something, or a strict law, but just educating the public, and then made it into a bylaw.
Right. Okay. So since you said women can now sit at the loom, and I'm looking at the Bonwire Weaving Center, I don't see women at the loom. So I am going to do a test tryout and get my hands on it so I can show my viewers in the UK and Richmond University that indeed women can now do a bit of weaving. It looks so easy, but it's actually hard work. Right. Press. So I don't remove it.
Only one will hold this one.
And one holds this, and this is.
No, don't hold it that way.
Like this? Like this. Like this. And then what am I doing? What pressing is it?
This one will go through.
And press your.
It will go through this one.
Okay.
This one will go through the one.
Okay, I think it's a wrap for me. This is so hard work. I've just done like a second of it and it's already complicated. They make it seem so easy, but it's actually hard work. So Kente is truly made with love because there's a lot of technicalities that go with it. Thank you for showing me. Thank you. Called Oheneba. So Oheneba is going to tell me a deeper meaning of my Kente cloth which I was wearing. Apparently he said I shouldn't wear it for everyday wear. This is very special Kente, so it should only come out once in a blue moon. So I'm gonna let him explain why. And then when you're done, just give us a quick update on the challenges of Kente making.
Oh, okay, thank you, my sister. So, talking of your Kente, normally one of the best one. We call it a Junasa Special. It's one in the middle.
Special.
A Junasa Special.
It was actually my grandmom passed to my mom and now to me.
Wow.
They said it's 100-year-old.
Yeah, like this one. If you give it to any river, you won't get it like this one.
I won't get it like this anymore?
No. Even the strips is very, very narrow.
Okay.
You know, compared to mine,
right.
You see, mine is wider than what you are wearing.
Right.
Yeah, so, and if you see the background of it, it's very, very smooth.
Right. So the background of this Kente is very smooth.
Yeah.
And so if you were to do it in this modern time, you're not going to get the same colors,
same thing.
Same threading. Even if you've got the money to pay for it, you can't get it, the replica.
Even the yarns, they are no more. This one is BA Mensa thread.
BA Mensa thread.
Yeah, BA Mensa, and then BA Mensa is no more. So to get a very brighter one like this one, you know, you won't get it like this one.
Right.
Maybe you get something similar, but not up to this one.
Right.
This one is very, very special.
So that shows you the durability of Kente. This Kente is over 100 years old.
Yeah.
It's gone from grandmom to mom and now altered to fit me. So it goes to show you that the value of having a piece of Kente. Now, Oheneba, before we go, can you tell my viewers in the UK and Richmond University, you've been weaving for so long. What are some of the challenges you face in this industry?
To make yours is BA Mensa is locally based company.
Right.
And you know, for now we don't have them anymore.
Right.
So we are appealing to some organization who can help us build our local industry, like yarn weaving company.
Right.
You know, doing that, it will help us choose the exact colors that we want.
Right.
You know, like the modern ones, we get them from foreign countries.
Right.
So you cannot select the colors that you want. They will just make it and then impose it to you. You don't have no choice than to use it.
Right.
But if you have local based company, yarns company, we can send our choice to them for them to make it for us.
So it all boils down to pushing for the government or private investors to come and help building bigger workshops and a yarn factory.
That's it.
To help with the advancement of Kente.
That's it.
All right, thank you so much. Teacher Kantanka, thank you very much for the explanation of the various Kente names. And the next thing I really want to know is Kente is used for several occasions. It can be used for graduation, wedding, christening. We've seen it in members of Congress, Nancy Pelosi wearing it. We've seen Virgil Abloh, the late Virgil Abloh, wear it on Louis Vuitton Men's Collection 2021. So what are the meaning of some of the colors of Kente? Because I know each Kente and its colors have got a meaning, and some of the Edinkra symbols that is seen in Kente? What are some of the meanings you can give us? And also what I wanted to know is His Royal Majesty King Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II Asantehene, King of Ashanti, the Kente that he makes, they make for him and he wears, are those one of Kente? Can any individual wear a Kente made for the king or not?
Well, starting from your last question,
Right.
Whether ordinary people can wear the same piece of cloth with the King of Ashanti.
Right.
The answer is yes and no. Yes, when he's no more using his type.
Right.
Special designs are made for him.
Right.
And after some time, he allows people to make them.
Right.
But if it is he's using it for the first time, he has a way of doing it in such a way, he does it in such a way that you could hardly notice it. All that you see is he's wearing it.
Right.
This is because he has a group of people with a chief leading them. He has a wardrobe chief, and this wardrobe chief has it as a duty to make sure that the king wears a particular type of dress nobody is wearing at a particular gathering. So the wardrobe chief comes out to spy those gathered before going to choose the king's cloth for him. So when he has made sure that the type of cloth that he has decided to let the king wear for the day is not worn by anybody, or it is not close to somebody's, then he collects that, or he points that to be for the king to use.
Right.
The king has also a right in taking part in what type of clothes that he's going to wear.
Right.
Although the wardrobe chief has all has it as a duty to select for him without his questioning. But occasionally, the king can also choose among the many clothes that he has that, okay, I would like to wear this.
Right.
But before he wears, the wardrobe chief would come out with a scout to survey if somebody is not wearing before he selects. Now, after some time, people would start making some.
Right.
After seeing that the king is wearing something so beautiful, they also like to copy.
Right.
And then in Ghana, the copyright laws are not that strict, so people can just copy.
Right.
Then, coming back to your next question, which is
the colors.
The various colors.
Right.
Special colors are used for special occasions.
Right.
When we are in a grief period, time of mourning, we wear dark colors.
Right.
Red, green, navy blue, black. These are the colors selected for grief occasions.
Right.
Then we have happy moments, like weddings, like when we are successful in examination, when we are graduating, we wear types of clothes white dominated, either all white or white dominated. So then we have the multicolored for various occasions, like Durbar of chiefs, or when we are celebrating in a festive mood, then we wear the multicolored.
Right, so thank you so much, Richmond University, London, for watching us live at Bonwire Weaving Center in the Ashanti region of Ghana. I hope you've learned a lot from the history of Kente process, and many more. See you here soon. Take care for now. Thank you. Bye-bye.